talked to the man mentioned in that report, retired Lieutenant General Hamid Gul, the former head of Pakistan's Inter-Services Intelligence, and a man accused of being actively involved in supporting the Afghan Taliban. Very happy to have you on the show, Hamid Gul. Why such support of the Taliban? What do you and, by extension, Pakistan hope to gain from that relationship?
Nothing at all. Pakistan is a signatory to the United Nations resolution, and we are bound by that, the dictates of that resolution, to support the efforts of allies in Afghanistan. And I think all this is fictional, and this happens because I'm an old intelligence hand. So I can tell you that a large number of intelligence operators who are civilians, they have been employed, contractors on contract to gather this kind of intelligence. Now that is why there is a mess up, the 91,000 reports which they are talking about. Most of them have been gathered, I guess, by the civilian contractors, and those civilian contractors are heavily penetrated by the Afghan intelligence, which is very inefficient, and by the Indians, which have own axe to grind, and more than that by Mossad and Israeli intelligence.
Wow, very busy with over 90,000 reports. I mean, in these reports, you are accused of smuggling magnetic mines into Afghanistan to attack NATO troops, of plotting to kidnap United Nations staff, to bargain for imprisoned Pakistani militants. A report from January 2009 has you meeting Arab militants, we assume Al-Qaeda, in Pakistan's tribal belt to send suicide vehicles into Afghanistan. Is that all lies?
Yeah, I've read that. This is all lies, a pack of lies akin to the lies that they put out when they were to attack Iraq.
But you're mentioned in 8 reports. I mean, maybe if you were mentioned in 1 report or 2 or 3, there might be a mistake, but 8 reports, Mr. Gul.
This may be 800 reports for all you care, but the fact is that this is not true. And Colin Powell, remember Colin Powell making this report and authentically on oath saying to the United Nations Security Council that Saddam has weapons of mass destruction in his private closet.
No, we're talking about this now. I mean, you have old Mujahideen contacts, rather. Many of them have joined the Taliban services. You have expressed anti-US sentiment here on Al Jazeera before. You have the means, the ISI, the motive. Why would you not be involved in such actions?
No, I am not involved because I have no means, no wherewithals. This is absolutely, utterly wrong. They took my case to have me declared as an international terrorist to the United Nations Sanctions Committee, and it was vetoed, or it applied technical hold on by the Chinese because they could not produce any evidence.
What do you make about
What
do you make about the comments in the report about the civilian deaths and the fact that they've been covered up, the extent of these deaths have been covered up, and also the fact that the US has been involved in secret missions to capture and to kill? What are you hearing about that?
No, I have no direct information. I assure you that I am simply living a retired life, but I have a moral position which I express very openly. I'm like an open book. That is, there is no physical dimension to it. And as far as my influence with the Afghan nation is concerned, I have with all of them. Why not? Because I have helped them in their difficult time, and they have, on both sides of the divide in Afghanistan, I have those people who respect me. But beyond that, there is nothing. I have no involvement whatsoever. This is all because I am a convenient whipping boy. They are looking for a
But I mean,
scapegoat,
you achieve
and I think
anything. I mean, what is likely to be achieved by blaming you? This is something that has been spoken about for years and years, and now finally, here's some sort of proof.
I can assure you that this is not me that they are aiming at. They are aiming at the ISI and the army.
Who do you think they are aiming at? I mean, you have connections with the ISI.
ISI and the army. ISI and army are inseparable. And I think they are aiming at the army. For instance,
so do you agree that the ISI does have links with the Taliban? Because General Kayani has said that the Taliban is a strategic asset for Pakistan.
Let me tell you, let me speak on one subject at least. I am simply saying that they have included in this report the period of General Kayani when he was the head of the Inter-Services Intelligence. That means they are indicting General Kiani as well, and General Ahmed Shuja Pasha, and anybody who has been in the ISI from that period onwards. Now this is ridiculous, because on one side they are asking that without Pakistan's help we cannot win. On the other, they want to really wickedly indict Pakistan. Do they have a purpose? That is what is important for us to consider at this time, because it is Hillary Clinton, it is Mullen, it is David Petraeus, and now this wicked report coming out of WikiLeaks. I think this is all aimed at one thing: Pakistan bashing. What do they have when they say Pakistan is up for retribution in case there is another incident like, let's say, Bombay attack in India, or 9/11 type of, or any other such thing? Then I think they can make believe that there has been an attack and then come for Pakistan. How are they going to achieve this objective? That is what should worry the world. Are they going to come in with a nuclear strike? Are they going to come in and snatch our nuclear assets? Are they going to put boots on in North Waziristan, where they have been coaxing Pakistan army to go in, and the army has been reluctant to take action
with
there?
your contacts, I mean, what do you think is likely to happen? What do you think the fallout of this report, these reports, is likely to be on relations between the US and Pakistan, Afghanistan and India, as you mentioned?
Well, I think this is going to be, it's a very bad time and at which it has come. General Kiani has just been given extension, and Americans have appreciated that extension. The world has appreciated that extension. So really it has come at a very, very wrong time. And I think Pakistan has no choice but to tell the Americans that the policy of appeasement and obedience that we have followed for so long, it doesn't seem to be working. And therefore, there has to be a selective policy of defiance, respectful but selective, but there has to be some defiance on some of the dictates which Americans are trying to push through in case of this relationship.
Retired Lieutenant General Hamid Gul, thank you very much for talking to us, as you often do on Al Jazeera. We appreciate your time.